Have you seen the price of homes lately? Look at this meme chart. Let's just replace stocks with home prices and you'll see how similar it is to reality. It's all, we can't keep up with this, when our pay is rising like this. In 2025, in the US, the median age of the first-time home buyer is 40. Why? Well, mostly, because the young have never had money and housing costs are skyrocketing. The solution here is simple. To illustrate, think back to your first car. Unless you had a fair bit of money, when you were younger, you bought a piece of junk, the cheapest new car you could find, or somewhere in between. The issue is, the housing market isn't accommodating people who don't already have a fair bit of money. Median earnings for someone in their late 20s to late 30s, the people who want to buy starter homes, runs between $58,500 to $69,264. The median home price right now is $403,200. That's over 6 years of your entire gross salary. And nobody lives for free. Taxes, rent, food, car payments, student loans, and health insurance. After paying for all that, there isn't much money left to save. This isn't the math of a starter home. This is the math of a home, okay? Not a starter home. We don't need more luxury housing. We need cheap housing. Nobody told the car market it could only sell luxury vehicles. So why is that effectively what's happened in housing? 3 reasons. Reason 1. The government won't let the market build what people actually want. Since 2010, more and more people are Googling living in your car with a sharp optic. Since 2021. As sad as that is, it shows one thing. People will make do with a tiny living space, if they have to. Yet the government restricts how small a home can be, where it can be built, and how small the lot it sits on can be in many places. What that does is cut off the supply of starter homes, which is the exact opposite of what we want to happen. Reason 2. The government is blocking a more efficient way to build. Have you ever dealt with remodeling a home? Or getting one built? Some friends of mine got their floors redone and had to badger the crew every single day just to get them to show up, keep working, or finish the job. I know another woman who dealt with every manner of awfulness getting a home built for her family. Broken contracts, crazy delays, you name it. That runaround is expensive, in money and in time. Factory-built and modular homes have less of those problems, because one builder handles the whole thing. They benefit from economies of scale and can pass some of those savings to buyers to undercut the competition. Modular homes have construction costs 10 to 25% less than a traditionally built home. So why is the government blocking them? Many local building codes and zoning laws either ban them outright or bury them in restrictions, until they can't compete. My best guess is it's protectionism for local home builders at the cost of everyone else. Reason 3. The government is making builders wait. It's not just money builders invest when they put up homes, it's time. Sometimes, delays in the permitting process lead to the cancellation of projects, because the added costs, or increases in the cost of financing or materials, make them financially infeasible. This only slows the increases in housing, raising costs in the long term. And who pays for all that? You do. It gets baked into the price of the home. Regulatory costs add up to roughly 24% of the purchase price of the home. So yeah, I'm blaming the government. Here's what needs to happen: fix all this. Fix 1. Get the government out of the way and let the market build small. If builders could put a small home in a small lot without jumping through a dozen zoning hoops, they would. The profit motive alone would drive it. Right now, zoning laws in most cities have minimum lot size restrictions and dictate what types of homes can be built where. The fix is simple. Allow smaller lots, allow duplexes and townhomes in more areas, and stop requiring that every new home be large enough to justify a luxury price tag. Some places are already doing this and found it put downward pressure on rent rates, which matters, because rent and home prices are really just two prices for the same thing, a roof over your head. This works, where it's been tried. Fix 2. Let factory and modular homes compete fairly. Modern modular and factory-built homes can cost 10 to 25% less than a city-built home. Many local codes either ban them outright or pile on restrictions, until they can't compete. Removing those restrictions doesn't cost the government anything. It just means getting out of the way. Fix 3. Fix the permitting backlog. It doesn't require a massive overhaul. It just requires treating housing like the urgent need it is. Remember that contractor runaround. Multiply it by a government approval process. That's what builders deal with on every single project. Now, there's one more thing worth addressing. Why hasn't this been fixed already? The answer is a little uncomfortable. Existing homeowners, and there are a lot of them, have a financial incentive to keep things exactly as they are. Your home is probably your biggest asset. Of course you don't want the value to drop. So when a zoning reform bill comes up at city council, the people who show up to fight it are the ones who already own homes in that street. The people who can't afford to buy yet. They are not at that meeting. They are working a second job. But the logic of protecting your home equity this way isn't always airtight. Think of the gap between what you own and what you want next. If you're in a $300,000 home and eyeing a $500,000 move-up home, you need to bridge $200,000. Now imagine starter home reform drops your home to $260,000, but also drops that move-up home to $450,000. Your home lost $40,000 in value, but that move-up home lost $50,000. Your bridging gap shrank from $200,000 to $190,000. You're $10,000 closer to your next home than you were before. Sure, you lost $40K, but it was probably getting spent on housing anyway. Keeping the bottom rung off the ladder doesn't protect your equity. It just keeps everyone else from building any. And longer term, what actually drives your home's value up over time isn't just scarcity. It's desirability. And desirability is built by the quality of the place around your home, not just the home itself. When more homes get built, more people move in, the tax burden spreads, and that can mean better roads, better schools, better infrastructure, the things that draw the next buyer in. More density means more foot traffic, more local businesses, more walkable amenities. And walkable amenities are what everyone wants. The great irony here is that zoning meant to protect home values can end up capping how high they'll ever go. The bottom line. Think back to your first car. It probably wasn't pretty. It had some miles on it. Maybe the AC was busted. But it got you to work, and eventually it got you to something better. That's all a starter home needs to do. And right now, for tens of millions of Americans, that car isn't on the lot. The bottom rung of the ladder has been sawed off by the government. These fixes help us weld it back on. If you found this useful, hit subscribe. More videos in this series are hopefully coming. And drop a comment. Do you own a home? Are you trying to? Or have you given up? I'm genuinely curious where people are at.